Hi Scorpio, this is Becky and welcome to your February 15th eclipse reading. Here we are in the middle of February already. Now this eclipse will be a partial solar eclipse and it will be happening in 27 degrees of Aquarius. This is a very, very, very powerful solar eclipse. The energies will be at play for the next 6 months and maybe even up to the next 12 months. Now this particular eclipse in February, mid-February, is going to be in your 4th house of your solar chart, which the solar chart means for all Scorpios, not your natal chart, but your solar chart. Now, the 4th house, what is that? That's at the bottom of the chart. It's the anchor of the chart, and it represents home, family, your roots, and what comprises your emotional foundation. Now, this particular solar eclipse happening in a couple of days is going to ping right across the sky back into that 10th house, which lies directly opposite the 4th. And the 10th house was triggered at the end of January in the Leo lunar eclipse. So we've got the Leo lunar eclipse being triggered again, pinged by the solar eclipse, because house number 4 is directly across the zodiac wheel from house 10. Now, house 10 at the end of last month got pinged by that lunar eclipse in Leo, and it was about career goals, fame, maybe success in general, what you've achieved, and your public image. And now we've got this Aquarius eclipse sitting right in that 4th house, and it's going to trigger that 4th house for you. So what we're going to do is we're going to take a look at some of the energies and some of the things that may be coming up for you. Now, I have already created a sacred space. You will not see a candle right now because number one, I have my pink quartz here, which is always a beautiful, beautiful love stone to have around. I just love it. But we're not using a candle because on February 4th, it was time to reset the feng shui and welcome in the brand new Chinese New Year, which is coming up soon, not yet, but February 4th is today. We change out the feng shui to work with the energies within the environment in which you spend most of your time. For most of us, that's our home. You can also feng shui your work environment as well. So I'm sitting in the north sector, and the north sector, we should not be using candles or using any fireplaces in the north part of the house. So keep that in mind for this entire year until February 4 of 2019, when the energies will shift again. If I change my location within this living space, then what I will do is put the candle back into the shot. But for now, we're relying on our beautiful rose quartz, and I've already created a sacred space with the angels, so we're ready to get started. We're going to be drawing 3 cards, and the first card is, what is the overall energy as you go into this eclipse, the second one of 2018? All right. Angels, we're reading for our Scorpio friends out there for the February 15th partial solar eclipse. Angels, what is the general energy for Scorpio during this eclipse time? Okay. Angels, what might pop up for Scorpio? Okay. And angels, what's your advice on how best for our Scorpios to handle what might pop up for them as a result of this eclipse in the 4th house? What might be the best advice for them as they navigate the waters? There it is. Okay. Okay, Scorpio, let's turn these over. Whoa! Whoa, whoa, whoa. Look at this. Oh, my goodness, Scorpio. Oh, my goodness, goodness, goodness. Okay, I want to get into this reading. Let's take a look at the first card. You have the 10 of Cups. Quite lovely. And you have the Queen of Cups, which, Scorpio, this is you, my dears, showing up in your own reading today. And it could also be another water sign that you may be involved with, which may be a Pisces, maybe a Cancer, or a fellow Scorpio just like you. And then we have the 10 of Pentacles. I want you to look at these beautiful 10s. Here's that one, and there's that one. There's a theme there. Now, I'm just getting angel bumps from that. Okay, so let's get started. In general, if we examine all of the symbols in all 3 cards, we are getting a very distinct picture of family life. Now remember, the eclipse in Aquarius at 20, or excuse me, yeah, in Aquarius at 27 degrees on February 15th in the afternoon, I believe, if you're in the northern hemisphere, in the northern hemisphere, in the U.S. or Canada or Mexico or even South America. I believe it's in the afternoon. In Europe and the other Asia, the other parts of the world, it may be a little bit different. So check your local time for that eclipse event to trigger. But nonetheless, you're already feeling this energy is what I'm hearing. And we have a family scene. Notice this. I'm going to point it out in my little pointer here. We've got a couple, obviously, in love, the way she's looking at him. We've got the ancestor sitting here, possibly the grandfather. We've got somewhere, oh yes, there are the little dogs, and he's petting one, so the household has pets, and we've got this little child kind of petting the dog and having a good time. So, that's family. Then, excuse me, Queen of Cups, in this card we've got a repetition of the family. It's very interesting because this is a fourth house event for you, the fourth house of home and family and roots and foundations. And these two tens, this one and this one, are both about family foundations. Then we've got in the center that Queen of Cups. The Queen of Cups is the queen of emotions. She's the queen of water. Very romantic queen. So we'll talk more about that. So let's get started. The overall energy surrounding you as this eclipse dawns on February 15th. We have the energy of the Ten of Cups. Now, in this particular 10, I believe that was the order, right? The Ten of Cups was first. Was it the Ten of Pentacles first? No, I think it was Ten of Cups. Okay, let's hope it was Ten of Cups. Either way, it's going to be the same story. So the energy is one of, how do I say this? It is true love in a stable home environment where love is shared equally between these two. There's joy and peace and happiness in the home. That's symbolized by the two children dancing. And there's the beautiful home off in the distance, up on this hill. And they're raising their hands to heaven, thanking the heavenly spirit, as it were, for all of these 10 cups of pure joy and happiness. This is union. This is a marriage card. This is a card of deciding to make a home together. If I'm just hearing that some of you, and I've been feeling this for a while, as a Scorpio myself, some of you will be called within your soul to combine homes with someone. It may come as a surprise to you that an offer is extended to combine homes and basically begin living together as a couple. Some of you may get an engagement, an offer of engagement, and some of you may be offering an engagement to someone else. This is for me, it's one of the very best cards of love fulfilled. Love fulfilled. It's almost like, you know, you were on this journey, and I just saw this as a road of stepping stones, and all these little stepping stones you had to navigate over the waters to arrive here. And it wasn't easy, but you managed it, and this beautiful rainbow behind these cups is also symbolic. And it's love fulfilled, basically. Whatever that means for you, for your situation, yes, this is the traditional family, but it doesn't have to be exactly that way. It's whatever is your fondest dream for love. This is the energy that this eclipse is going to help catapult into your life and catapult you forward. Now, let's go to the next. And I asked the angels, as you heard me, I asked them what might pop up as a result of this eclipse energy over the next 6 to 12 months, or maybe sooner, that you need to know about. In Scorpio, what we have is the Queen of Cups. This is either you, as a water sign, the Queen of Cups is a water sign like you, or it can be a Pisces, it can be a Cancer, or it can be just about anyone who is exhibiting the energy of the Queen of Cups. And what is her energy? Well, notice how she's gazing into this cup of hers. It's a magical cup. It looks like a gold chalice. And it's got these angels on the handles. She's surrounded by cherubs on her throne. She is a queen of romance. She is romantic. She's dreamy. She envisions. She's psychic. Her emotions run deep and mysterious as the waters beneath her feet. She is a queen of poetry, of love, of romance, of kindness, kindness to animals, kindness to people. She takes in strays, almost, as it were. And sometimes strays can be people or animals, really. Lost souls gravitate to her. Lost souls, but sort of a metaphor for people who need guidance or feeling confused or have broken hearts. She heals hearts. And I just heard, and she needs her own heart healed. So, what may pop up for you, Scorpio? No matter if it's a queen or a king, these genders don't matter. This is an overall energy that's going to pop up. And it's an opportunity to be love. An opportunity to give love. You see how she's offering her cup? She's looking down and she's deciding to extend this offer. Now, we don't know who is the lucky recipient, but we do know that you will have an opportunity to show your love, to show your understanding, to show that you have a big heart, and to welcome someone into your world. An opportunity to grow love, because it looks like at her feet, they kind of look like stones, but at the same time, they almost look like little pieces of fruit. This is the opportunity to start something and grow it to fullness. And what Spirit's advising you is, you can get there. Because the 10 of Pentacles, much like the 10 of Cups, is depicting the fullness and richness of a life fulfilled. So I'm just hearing that Scorpios, you have felt bereft of love for a long time. You have felt that little nagging emptiness. And some of you, maybe it's not just little, it's a huge feeling of emptiness. Now, we're being reminded that we cannot rely on others to fill up our hearts all the way. We have to do the work to find love within for our own selves and project that out into the world. But there will always be a little bit of room, a little bit of feeling quite not filled up, so to speak, until you create this scene for yourself. And it's a scene of, like I said, wishes fulfilled, love realized. And if love is not the most important thing to you at this moment, then consider it establishing secure foundations for yourself, your family. It's all about taking something, growing it, and establishing the feeling of secure foundations, which is the 4th house, which is the energy being triggered by this eclipse in Aquarius. And I'm just hearing, only by achieving this level of security and foundation and inner peace will you be able to, they said the word minister, but I don't know, sometimes they talk like that. Minister to others or give to others or help others only when you yourself have established your secure base, whatever that means for you. And there's a notion of ancestors here because of this old man. So the advice is, honor those who came before you, who may have taught you in your youth, and also I just heard who may be communicating with you from the other side. Those who are in spirit, ancestors of yours, who may have crossed over to the other side, are guiding you. And not only that, yes, I just got chills on that, so that usually means we're on the right track. These ancestors on the other side who've crossed over, who have passed, they're looking at this scene here and they're cheering you on, Scorpio. They are cheering you on. If you get kind of a quiet whispering in your mind, so to speak, it may be actual and audible whisper sometimes, but if you don't let that freak you out, if you kind of get a feeling like you should be doing this or that or the other, or what step to take to make this come true for you, it could be indeed one of your ancestors on the other side who's giving you a little nudge, who's giving you a little suggestion, who's giving you just a little tip, because they are your cheering section, Scorpio, and they want this for you just as much as you want it for yourself, and you can have it. You've got guidance, you've got support. So universe is giving the green light to listen to your inner guidance and listen to your guides, who may be your ancestors in spirit, as well as your other guides that you have, your angelic team. And of course, God, Source, Creator, Spirit. Listen, because the whisperings will be gentle, but nonetheless meaningful and necessary to help you move along to attain this. Spirit is giving you that green light. Okay, I love that reading. Okay, let's go ahead and choose a card from the Romance Angels. Angels, we're here with Scorpio. What is the card you would like to show them? That is it for further advice, so let's take a look. Yep. All right, so what comes up is angels are saying, Scorpio, what are your trust issues? Because you must be feeling very insecure at this moment because you're not sure you trust, first of all, your gut feeling, your inner knowing, and you're not sure that you trust the situation, and frankly, you're not sure if you trust the other person that you may have in your environment in this particular situation with you that you're considering. And don't worry, if there's no one in your situation with you, you still get love. You still get this grounding, this home life maybe that you haven't had, or a feeling of stability. Just looking at these dogs makes me think of, the word forever home. If you've been looking for your forever home and you're not quite trusting the person who's in front of you, tune into your own inner knowing and try to get a feeling for that. And if you don't, then okay, fine. Some of you will decide to just go ahead and trust either that person, maybe, but if not that person, just have faith that you are being guided toward this. Even if it's not the person that's standing in front of you now, that's going to accompany you on that journey if you come to that decision, know still that Spirit is guiding you here. It is as sure as the sun comes up in the morning. That is how sure I know that this situation is going to work out for you, for your highest and best good. So have faith. Hold on to your faith, Scorpio. Hold on to your faith and see what comes in for you as we go through this eclipse energy. It may happen now. It may happen a little bit later on, but be aware that this situation is going to, yes, and I just heard to trust your gut as you go about navigating the energies. Trust your inner guidance. Angels, we've got one more card to draw for our Scorpio friends regarding this eclipse. Okay. Okay. And this is the angel named Rosetta, and the card says, you have a gift for working with young people, and your divine purpose involves helping, teaching, or parenting children. Okay. Now, if you have children, then somehow the energy of being their teacher, their mentor, their parent is going to play into this situation of fulfillment of the family, so to speak. There's a little child there, and there are two there playing. If you do not have children and you would like children, then you may feel called to go ahead and channel a soul onto the planet. And usually they will be part of your soul group that's already come here before. And you will be channeling this person onto the planet again to continue the relationship in the family. Or if that's not part of what you're doing, then let's look at this card for you, especially if you don't want children, or you're an older person and children are not in the picture for you. Yours are all grown, or you didn't want them, didn't feel called to do that. Then remember the inner child in all of us, in a person that you may be thinking about starting a relationship with in order to create this beautiful, beautiful home life in the 4th house. Remember, they have an inner child as well. And your inner child and their inner child may have been wounded in the past for different reasons, but nonetheless, I just heard this very clearly, and they said to me just now, see through the eyes of a child. Because they're still talking and they're saying, it's not that difficult. It's very simple. That's what they're saying. See through the eyes of a child. And that's going to give you the ability to hold on to your faith as you navigate these beautiful energies for complete emotional fulfillment. This eclipse is leading you there. Wow. Scorpio, I want to thank you for joining me today. I am happy that we were able to have this wonderful reading. I will be back later on with our readings for March. But for now, enjoy this beautiful eclipse and fasten your seatbelt. You are going to be catapulted into this wondrous new alignment with your foundation and a sense of coming home. All right, we'll talk next time. Bye-bye.